Hello everyone and welcome for the second game that opposes Scatterbrained from Downfall on this amazing event that is Back to the Sea, organized by HAG. Guys, don't hesitate to go and watch HAG. For the second game, we're gonna have Scatterbrained as the Iobis in the color yellow, and in front of him we have Downfall that is playing the Roos in the color teal. We have here EGC Dry River. So we have basically a lot of different lakes where we have few fishes. So this is 6 of them, and on each of those lakes we have approximately 5 fishes. So this is quite interesting for civilizations like Iobits, because you can do a lot of docks. And the thing is, with this civilization, your docks cost 75 of wood. So this is a very interesting civilization in order to play on those maps, because it's not a problem to spam your docks. So Iobits, Abbasids, but I think Iobit is quite better on those maps because they kind of want to go on fast H3, and this is very interesting to have docks and boats in order to go on fast H jobs compared to Abbasids that don't really want to do that, or to do a lot of army that is very expensive in food. So for example, this is quite interesting also for French or Joan of Arc. Those two civilizations can deal pretty well with this map also, because when you do a dock, it gives you also 10 of population, so it acts like a house, for example. So this is kind of nice because your dock costs not really 150 of wood, but 100 of wood, because you have a house for free. So yeah, Roos is quite interesting on this map. I don't really know why we want to take this civilization. I mean, this civilization is strong on every map except water maps, like 100% water maps. But on hybrids like this, the water is important, is cool to have. But if you don't, this is not the loss of your game. But I'm quite surprised that Scatterbrained didn't went at all on those lakes. This is quite interesting. We're gonna go with the Dervish's Wing. And yeah, 1-0 for Scatterbrained, guys. We are in the Back to the Sea. The goal of this event is to go from the mountains to the sea, because we were in the winter. We went to the mountains skiing and stuff, and now this is the summer. We're gonna go on the beach, taking cocktails and stuff, going on the beach and being in the sun and stuff. So yeah, basically we're gonna have some maps that are from the mountains to the sea. This is basically the stuff from this event. This is $300 cash prize, and the winner of this BO3 goes to the quarterfinals. So who from Scatterbrained, who from Downfall will manage to go there? We will see that right now. 1-0 for Scatterbrained. So if he wins, he goes to the quarterfinal. But Downfall, I mean, he will not let this happen easily. He will make that the most difficult as he can, and maybe he will succeed to go there. We will see that. So basically, I think for the Roos, we are gonna go for the Pro Scout. We have 4 DR packs with 7 deers inside of them, so this is quite cool to have the Pro Scout. Maybe it can deal with the fact of having the fishes. I'm not sure. I think the fish are better. The fishes are better, but let's be honest, Scatterbrained didn't took any fishes, so I'm very, very surprised about that. Like, the strength of the civilization is basically to go and take those fishes everywhere. But if we don't do so, then the civilization is not that strong on this map. So I'm very surprised about that. And we have Downfall making the Pro Scout, and basically it's just Iobits versus Roos on a full land map then. And I think Roos is very ahead from Iobits. Roos is one of the best civilization in my opinion on land maps. So yeah. I don't really understand what Scatterbrained is doing with the water, not taking it. I'm very, very surprised. So here we're gonna take a little fight with the dervishes healing the scout, and we understand here from Downfall that we cannot really deal with the scout because the heal is insane. We have a lot of scouts and we are doing a stable. I'm really surprised about the stable. We're gonna do some horsemen, okay? Because we expect some desert raiders. We can do also the archery range, I think, from the ruse. Maybe it's a better option, because when you go fast H3 after that, you can produce your cavalry archers. But maybe they are not that good against Ayyubids. I don't know. Maybe Ayyubids is a good civilization versus the ruse because of that. Because of the desert raiders that can deal quite easily with a lot of units from the ruse. Like, for example, the knights, of course, but also the cavalry archers. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why Scatterbrained wanted to take this civilization. Okay, we start taking water. I mean, it's quite late, but it's better than never. We're gonna have some desert raiders here, but we are defending only one spot, and Downfall knows that, so he basically takes the deers elsewhere. This is really well played from Downfall, and not really... Yeah, Scatterbrained could have known that. Okay, he knows now with the desert raiders, and we are protecting here with those two here. So basically that's why it's very, very difficult to deal with a pro scout, because, well, your opponent can always go elsewhere. There is 4 DR packs, then okay, you protect one, not a problem, I'm going elsewhere. And you cannot really protect 4 DR packs at the beginning of the game. It's not possible. That's basically why Pro Scout is, in my opinion, a little bit too strong again. Even with the nerfs and stuff like this. It's not as strong as before, but it's still very, very strong. Yeah, I don't know. I think we didn't want it to go on water at the beginning of the game, because otherwise we would be a little bit late on the age up. And we couldn't really protect those deers, for example. Maybe that's the idea behind the head of Scatterbrained. I'm not sure. I mean, you can't really contest 100% the Pro Scout of a ruse, so... I mean, I'd rather have the dogs in order to have a boost in my favor, and try after that a little bit to contest the Pro Scout. Leave one deer pack to my opponent no matter what, and defend the second one, because if you want to protect 2 of them, then it's not possible and you're gonna lose both of them. Compared to if you let one but you defend the other one, then the other one will not be taken by your opponent, if you see what I mean. Like, it's too difficult to be on different position of the map, especially on the beginning of the game, of course, because you don't have a lot of units. So that's basically what Downfall uses, and he uses it very well, in my opinion. We're gonna be able to protect those deers there, for example, for Scatterbrained, because, well, they are closer to our base, so that's basically more interesting and more easy to protect. But we're gonna try from Downfall. We're gonna try to take this. We're gonna go on the age up and Scatterbrained too. Horseman here. Maybe he will try and take some damage from those fishing boats. It can be really interesting. He has a scout here, so he can see exactly what his opponent is doing. And the same stuff from Scatterbrained. We're gonna see exactly what happens. Really interesting choice, the reinforcement. So basically we will have 3 desert raiders directly when you age up. And every 2 minutes you will have 3 more. So this is a lot of resources that you can produce for free. And it's not as strong as the 7 villagers, but what is stronger compared to the 7 villagers is that it's right now. You age up, you have 3 desert raiders. Compared to the 7 villagers, where you... Well, it's better on the long run, but you don't have the boost right now, because the villagers will have to start gathering resources, and then you can produce units, and then you can produce buildings and stuff. So it's a better timing with the reinforcement. So basically you will have more chance to have all the relics, basically, because you will have more map control, you will have more aggression on your opponent, more defense and stuff like this. Very good aggression here from Downfall. And also it's less, this one is less, I don't know how to say it, like, you can do more stuff with this one, with the villagers, because you can basically use those resources in order to do a second TC, or maybe to gather some wood in order to do more production buildings and stuff like this. Compared to this, this is only military, of course. You have 3 desert raiders, and this is nothing else. So you can do more stuff with this one. But as I said before, this is a better timing, this one. And especially because you can directly go to veteran with those units. So yeah, this is quite nice. We have oh no, we lost a dervish. And I don't know, I thought the desert raider would be more interesting in order to counter those horse archers, but I mean, those horse archers are H3 and those units are H2. Maybe that's the problem here for Scatterbrained. We are not having the timing, and maybe we could have this timing if we... a better timing if we went directly from the dock again. I have to say that because it feels like a weird choice to do not go directly on water. Maybe I don't know something. Maybe I'm missing something, and Scatterbrained is probably right about this, but I don't really know why you don't want to go on the docks on H1. And if someone knows, I'm interested to know that, because I don't really get it. Like, I don't have the solution, and maybe I'm wrong, of course. I don't know. I'm trying to understand, of course, but yeah. We take some bad fights here from Scatterbrained because we don't have the veteran. Now we have the veteran, so this is better now. So we destroyed a little bit more value from Downfall. This is well played. We have 200 more destroyed value. We have a lot of desert raiders, and the problem is that we killed like 1 dervish. So now Scatterbrained will have issues to take the relics, and also Downfall is very fast on those relics. I mean, he took the 4 of them very, very fast. And this is the stuff with the Rus. The main problem is that they are so quick at taking those relics because the warrior monks are very fast on the map. Really good trade here for from Downfall, sorry. Scatterbrained lost a lot of desert raiders, and this is a very expensive unit. I mean, yeah, they are cool against cavalry units because they can debuff with 20% less damage, but it's so expensive compared to those horse archers that the Rus have. This is 180 resources, and the horse archers from the Rus are 120 resources. I think this unit is too strong, and this is not something that is recent. Like, this is something that is here for a while right now. This is stronger than a crossbow, just for you to know. Like, stronger in stats, even if we don't take the mobility. They have more damage, they have the same health, but you can do the blacksmith upgrade in order to have plus 25 HP, so they have more health than the crossbows. They have more stats in general, and also the crossbows cost the same price, but this is gold, and here it's wood. But this is so much easier to have wood than gold, especially with the Rus, because you can have the wooden fortress that gives you 20% more wood when you drop. So I don't really understand this unit. Not only it has better stats than the crossbows, but also it's faster. And the mobility on this game is so much important. I have to say it. This is the best statistic that you can have in this game, because it allows you to avoid fights that you don't really want to take, like this one. And it allows you to take the fights you want to play. So for example, this one, you can kill this unit and then go elsewhere. And you can go everywhere on the map, kill some villagers, idle the villagers of your opponent without having any trouble, fleeing the opponent's army and stuff like this. And this is basically the strength of mobility. You can just be everywhere without losing anything and never being catched by your opponent. With units that are very strong, again, like they are stronger than crossbows. The only thing that is weaker than crossbow with the horse archers is just they don't have bonus damage versus heavy. This is the only stuff. Like, okay, I think it's +8 damage from the crossbows. But, I mean, crossbow have low mobility, so they can be catched by the opponent and stuff like this. I feel like they have to reduce the damage of this unit. Like crossbows have 11 base damage, and here it's 12. I don't know why. I don't understand. This unit makes me... I don't know. Every time I see this unit, I'm just like, okay, I can surrender. I mean, how can you do it against this unit? What can you do? This is basically why Rus is always banned in tournament, because, well, this is too strong. Okay, we are using some horsemen in order to tank the arrows of the desert raiders. And this is not only... The problem is not only with this unit, of course. The problem is that the Rus has a very good economy. They can produce a lot of units and stuff like this. Like basically, you can see here, the army value is so much ahead from Downfall because he produces more resources. Again, because of the Pro Scout, because also of his H3, the bounty, and stuff like this. So yeah, I don't know. Full Desert Raiders seems a good idea, but it's not enough. As you can see here, the destroyed value is insanely in favor of Downfall. I don't know what to do against the Rus, to be honest. And it feels like not very interesting for the game. Like, I like this game, of course. I really love the game. But watching that kind of game is just annoying, to be honest. Like, okay, you have a unit that I can deal with. Nice. I lost my game. And we are waiting for the changes on HRE and Rus, because those civilizations are just impossible to play against. This is basically what happens with those civilizations. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, 1-1 Downfall versus Scatterbrained. We're gonna see the last game that opposes those two players in order to see who wins this BO3 and who goes to the quarterfinals directly. See you in the next one. Don't hesitate to go and watch HAG, of course, that organizes this event. This is a very cool one. See you in the next one. Bye.